folks, continuing with the fun, problem 108 says we want 3 consecutive integers whose sum is -3. Okay, so 3 consecutive integers. We also have problems with 3 consecutive even integers or problems with like 3 consecutive odd integers. So let's just say it's 3 consecutive integers. Is that how you spell it? Integers, cool. 3 consecutive even integers. We're going to need a second piece of paper in a second. 3 consecutive odd integers. Okay, so 3 consecutive integers. So for example, 7, 8, 9. Those are 3 consecutive integers. -5, -4, -3. Those are 3 consecutive integers. 10, 11, 12. So what you could notice is if you have 3 consecutive integers, the first one we call x, the next one is 1 bigger, and then the next one is 2 bigger. X, x plus 1, x plus 2. This isn't the answer, but this is sort of the idea. So if they want 3 consecutive integers. Okay, 3 consecutive even integers. I don't know, 2, 4, 6. Maybe it's something like 20, 22, 24. Okay, so if we're going to generalize the idea, it's going to be x is always the first guy. Notice the next one is 2 more, x plus 2. And then the next one is 2 more than that, x plus 4. Okay, I kind of see where this is going. And then careful, 3 consecutive odd integers, maybe like 5, 7, 9, or maybe 13, 15, 17. Okay, so the first one we call x, and then the next one is 2 more. How far from 13 to 15? 2 more. What? How far from 13 to 17? 2 more. Oh, it says odd integers, but they're spaced by 2. Oh, so this one always tricks people. So, problem 108. Let's see, where were we? 108. 108. How lazy can I get? 108. 3 consecutive integers, sum is -3. So if it's 3 consecutive integers, it's x, x plus 1, and x plus 2, and then their sum is -3. So if I add them up, I should get -3. Sum, add them up. So x, x plus 1, x plus 2 is -3. Ah, clean it up. It'll all work out. Okay, so I'm going to let you finish off that one, but I just want to jump to 110. So 110 says 3 consecutive even, and their sum is 2, 2, 2. 3 consecutive even. So remember what we said? The consecutive evens would be x, x plus 2, x plus 4. Okay. So that would just be x, x plus 2, x plus 4. Aha! And then, again, you can finish that off. It's pretty straightforward. 112 says 3 consecutive odds whose sum is -267. So 3 consec odds. Sum, font is getting really bad. Sum is -267, -267. 3 consecutive odds. Remember, we agreed consecutive odds would be x, x plus 2, x plus 4. Okay. So adding 3 things up, and the sum is -267. Consecutive odds. Remember, x, x plus 2, x plus 4. X, x plus 2, x plus 4. And then I'll let you finish that off, because the math's pretty straightforward from there. Okay, percent problems. Oakley dokley. 118. What number is 65% of 100? So 65% of 100 just means multiply. So 0.65 times 100. Are you cool with how I turned 65% into a decimal? 65%, 0.65. What is 65% of 100? 0.65 times 100. Throw that in your calculator, you get 65. Part B, 93, oy vey, 93 is 75% of what number? Okay, so 93 is equal sign 75%, 0.75 of, right, times what number? What number? X. So we're trying to get X alone. Okay, 93 is 75% of what number? We have to translate it into a mathematical equation first, and now we can solve for X. So I got to get X alone, so I need to divide by 0.75. Divide by 0.75. How would I do that? I would ask my calculator to do it for me. 93 divided by 0.75. It says 124. Thank you, calculator. 124 equals X. And then you're like, oh, that looks weird. Let me write X equals 124. So much prettier. Cool. And then part C says, part C, what percent of 215, what percent of 215 is equal sign 86? Okay, what percent of 215 is 86? Is 86. What percent, okay, I'll say X percent of times 215 is equals 86. Okay, so 100% of 215 is 215. So I don't know, I'm thinking the answer is probably like 30% or 40%. Yeah. Okay, so let's get the X percent alone. Let's divide by 215. 215. So 86 divided by 215, according to my calculator, is 0.4. So X percent is 0.4. Okay, so this is a little bit tricky. So basically the answer should be, remember we were talking about beforehand, I said it's probably like 30% or something. So the answer must be 40%. So to go from percent, so right, this is the percent. So we need to get rid of the percent. So that means move the decimal 2 places over. What? Ponder that for a few. Okay. That was 118. Oh, what is this? 122. Tip. Okay. Let's see. 122. 122. Hero and his coworkers had lunch at a restaurant. The bill is $90.50. They want to leave 18% tip. How much should the tip be? Okay, they want to leave an 18% tip. Okay, so just multiply 90.50. We've all done this, I think, on our calculators. 90.50. I'm just going to multiply that by 0.18 times 18%, which is 0.18. So we should leave $16.29. Okay, how much should the tip be? Cool. 122. Okay, 130. Let's see. Dimple gets paid $3,200 a month, and her rent is $960. What percent of her monthly pay goes to rent? Here's how much she makes. Here's how much goes to rent. So what percent goes to rent? So 960 over 3,200. So 960 divided by 3,200 gives us 0.3. And they want a percent, so we convert that, move the decimal place 2 to the right, 30%. Ta-da! Ooh, now they get a little tricky. 132. Ayodele received a raise in her hourly pay, so she was making $24.50. and now she's going to be making $25.48. What was the percent change? Okay, so we went from this hourly wage to this hourly wage. So how much more are we actually making? I'll show you two ways to do this. So let's see, 25.48 minus 24.50. So we're making 98 cents more. So how much percent change did we get? So you could just take the 98 cents and divide it by 24.50 divided by, because you always have to start with the original amount, 24.5, and that says we get 0.04, which is a 4% increase in pay. Cool. Now here's a fancy trick. Our pay went from 24.50 to 25.48. So how much did it increase? What percent did it increase? So here's a fancy trick. I could go 25.48 divided by 24.50. You might not like this trick. 25.48 divided by 24.50, and it gives me 1.04, which is 104%. And so I know my pay increased by that part above 100, so the 4%. So you see how, if you're cool with this idea, you get the 0.04 really easily. So that's sort of the shortcut. Stick with this if this does not make sense. Okay. 132. Let us try, sale. Let's try 140. 140. Errol bought a skateboard helmet on sale at 40% off. The original price was $49.95. $49.95. And it's on sale for 40% off. 40% off. Okay, so if you get 40% off, I'll show you two ways to do it. You go $49.95 times 40%. How much are we going to save? So 0.4 times 49.95 is $19.98 off. So $49.95 minus our savings of $19.98. So 49.95 minus answer. So it's going to cost us $29.97. We've all done that. Now, that makes perfect sense. Let me show you the shortcut. So the skateboard helmet costs $49.95, and it's 40% off. Oh, if it's 40% off, doesn't that mean I'm just paying 60% of the price? What? So again, feel free to ignore this trick, but if you have 40% off, that means you're only going to pay 60% of the price. So why don't I just multiply this number by 0.60? So 49.95 times 0.60, and I get $29.97. Again, if you didn't like that trick, don't worry about it. The way we just did it originally makes perfect sense. Just do it that way. Okay. Oh, markup price. 146. 146. 146. Okay, 146. Flora paid her supplier 74 cents a stem rose to sell at her flower shop. She added 85% markup. What price did she charge the customers for the roses? So she gets them for 74 cents. And she's going to mark it up 85% markup. So if it's an 85% markup, you have to charge the original price plus 85% more. So you could figure out 85% more and then add it to the original. So it's going to be 0.74 plus 85%, 0.85, of the 0.74. So it's going to be 0.74 plus, I'll show you a shortcut, but this makes perfect sense what we're doing right now. 0.85 times 0.74 is 0.629. I'll call it 63 cents. So that's going to be plus 0.74, $1.37 is what she'll be charging. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Here's a shortcut. It's the markup plus the original. So why don't I just take that original price of 0.74, and if it's the markup plus the original, what if I just multiply by 1.85? Right? So the 0.85 represents the 85% markup, and the 1 represents the original cost. So 1 rose plus 85% markup. Because you could technically put like a 1 right there if you want. Okay, maybe you're not liking this trick. So 0.74 times 1.85 equals $1.369. I'll just round it to the nearest penny, 1.37, like I did there. So all roads lead to Rome eventually. Okay, let's see. Interest problems. Okay, let's try 148. 148, Terrence deposited $5,720 into a bank account that earned simple interest at 6%. How much was earned in 4 years? 4 years. How much interest? Interest equals principal times rate times time. So the interest earned is the principal, 5,720. The rate, 0.06. See, I turned 6% to 0.06. And the time, 4. So just throw that on your calculator. 5,720 times 0.06 times 4. Enter. 1,372.8. Since we're talking money, maybe add an extra 0. Put a $sign. Ta-da! 0.06. Did I do that right? 5,720 times 0.06 times 4. Cool. Okay. So I think you should be good in 2.2. Excellent.